Hey, how's it going, guys? And here back with a deck profile for you guys for the BT8 format. We are using a little bit of proxies because here in the North America region, we did get a delay. As I did speak about this in the set review, we did get a delay for the shipping, so not till the end of May will this set be legal. We have pre-release in a couple weeks, but even then, technically the whole thing is not legal just yet. So I just wanted to showcase you guys what I think is going to be one of the best decks of the format. That's what I will most likely be running for either most of the regionals or just as a baseline of what I built as fast as I could with the proxies that I was able to print out, as well as what I want to enjoy playing, especially because my favorite Digimon of all time is one of the headlines of the entire set for this game, and not for this game but for the set, and I'm really excited to use the Bmon. If you guys enjoy the content that we are doing, make sure to leave a like down below. It really does help us out. I'm glad that you guys have been viewing and still hitting the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you guys are new to this channel, welcome. If you guys enjoy what you guys are seeing, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're so close to 600. We are right there. We're right there. That'll be really awesome if we can hit it by the end of May when the BTA starts. I will try to upload more and more the content for the BTA format. If you guys are already subscribed, make sure to hit the little bell notification. If it does, let us know. It lets you know when the new video goes up. So let's just hop to the deck profile and I'll see you guys there. Alrighty guys, so here we have the deck that we're gonna be using. This is pretty much like Imperialdramon from the structure deck, but upgraded to what we're gonna be using all throughout. We're just gonna go through the eggs and then through the deck itself. As we go to the eggs, for those who are playing the Armor Rush, pretty much these eggs are just flipped. So for this one, we do play 4 of the Dummy Vs. When you attack once per turn, when a Digimon has jamming, you do draw a card. In this deck, you're going to have a lot of instances where you're going to be drawing cards just from this inheritable itself, either from the Vmon, the X Vmon. When you DNA Digivolve into the Imperialdramon with the X Vmon underneath them, it does gain jamming, and it does reset the once per turn effect because it is considered a brand new stack. So this does get reset. So if you swing with the Imperialdramon that does have jamming, it does proc this once again. So this is gonna be really good. And then we played the one Upamon. When we swing, if an opponent has a Digimon with no sources, we do draw a card. This was often used in Blue Hybrid, alongside with the Kioromon. I don't remember exactly what it was, but that is our babies. We do draw a whole lot in this deck, so drawing cards is never gonna be a problem for this deck unless you break really bad. Next we're gonna go over the rookies that pretty much they're all the same. They're all the same, and by what I mean by they're all the same is that they all have the same name. It's like we're playing the Gabumon all over again, as we're gonna be playing 4 of the Vmons, 4 of the jamming Vmons. This goes really well with the WV, as well as it's just a free swing whenever they don't have a blocker. You just hit their security, and 80% of the time this will not die. Next we have 3 of the structured deck from the all 4 structured deck Vmon. The first effect we're not gonna use, but the inheritable is whenever we attack, if we have 7 or less cards in our hand, we trigger draw 1. We do draw 1 early game. I am thinking of dropping this to 2 because in late game this is inheritable does not come up because your hand is always gonna be stacked. But early game I do want to see it, so 3 to 4 is always like a good ratio. They're all really good. Next we have 2 of the EX1 Vmons, where as a inheritable, once returned, whenever this Digimon becomes unsuspended, which will happen a lot, especially with the DNA Digivolution, as well as with the Davis and Ken, you're able to unsuspend your Digimon pretty often, so you will always get that Game 1 memory, which does helps for when you want to push for more things during your turn. Next, we're playing 2 of the BT8 Vmons. This is pretty much your on-play the Vmon. You reveal the top 4 of your deck, add 1 2-color card that had 2-color blue card to your hand, then you place the rest into the bottom. Most of your deck is going to 2 colors, or most of your high end, as well as 1 option and 1 tamer will be 2 colors, so this really comes in handy. You do whiff if you run too many of them. It doesn't really work that well, but the next the Vmon pretty much says you can grab whatever you want from the top 3, which is going to be 4 of the structured deck like Vmons. This Vmon on play, you reveal the top 3 and you add 1 like Digimon or 1 card with free in its trait like among them to your hand. This adds all of your Vmons. This adds your whole line besides probably 1, which is not technically part of your line. It's more of a tech card, or 2 cards are tech cards in this deck. But anything that is used for like Vmon is going to be free. So we are running, I believe we're running 8, 10, 12, 15 rookies. I do want to go up to 16, but I don't know just yet. This seems to be just fine, especially because we do have a lot of like search in this deck, especially because we are like in blue. So having that really does help out a lot. Pretty much the right number for him. We do run a hefty ton of level 4s, or like your champions. We do run a lot of them, but they're for a good reason. First, we run 4 of the XVmons from EX1. These just have the jamming goes on top of your green or your blue for 2. Only 4,000 DP, which sucks, but you pretty much are just either using him for swinging or using him for his inheritable. That whenever a Digimon has like Imperialdramon or free in its type, which is your whole line, it does get jamming. Gives your Imperialdramon and your like Imperialdramon jamming, which is really good. Next we have his like best friend Stingmon. For 4 cost, he is a 4 cost like champion that technically costs 3. If you have a blue like Digimon on the field already, you can reduce his play cost by 1, so he's just a 3-drop. But his inheritable is ridiculous because you are swinging, you're turning your guys sideways a lot. As an inheritable, whenever you attack, if you have a blue like Digimon in play, you draw 1 card. That is ridiculous. I've drawn so many cards with just his inheritable itself. I'll draw in 1 turn probably 4 or 5 times. So dumb. Him with any of your babies or the 7 or more, or the 7 or fewer Vmon gets ridiculous. But this like Stingmon is really good. And next you have your Radromond, or in the translation is Lightdramon. The Radromond is one of the armor Digimon for Vmons, so he can go on top of your Vmons, which is what you run for 2 costs instead of 3. As well as he does have like armor purge, so if he were to be deleted, you can trash the top card and just leave your Vmon on the field. When you Digivolve, you suspend one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon, so you're able to get over stuff. As well as this is considered the green and blue. Having that said, this will like facilitate you to be able to like DNA Digivolve with either of the 2. And this does help. So this is pretty much your free color right here. If you have a Stingmon, you're able to use this. If you have an XVmon, you're able to use this, and then these 2 will always they go together. So you have 12 of your champions that are just great by themselves, but work really well like with each other. And the last one, I am running 1 of the Lobomons just as a game ender in case we can't get there and we still have the 2 memory. We run a decent amount of tamers, and the level 1 for game is always good. Next we're gonna go up to the level 5s and the level 6. For the level 5s, we're gonna get the new Imperialdramon that we got in the structure deck, which is 4 of them. He is your DNA target. For a level 4 blue and a level 4 green, you can stack them together to go into him for free. When you DNA Digivolve, you're able to return one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less to the bottom of the deck. That is great spot removal. This will get rid of the armor rush decks. This will get rid of a lot of things on the board. And when attacking, once per turn, you can unsuspend this Digimon. So this with the Stingmon in the bottom, you're able to just swing twice and draw 2 cards. That is ridiculous. With the EX underneath him, he will have jamming. So against the mirror match, you pretty much never die unless they run over you, or you're able to just swing once, unsuspend, hit with jamming, draw a card, and try to extend your place after that. Or if you just want to go for pressure, you can always just leave them tapped, and then you go into your level 6 as well. So this really does help. This is an amazing card. It is a dual color card, blue and green, and his partner in crime is going to be the Radromond. Only playing 2 of them. I don't think he's as good. I still think he's very, very viable. For the Radromond, he uses a green level 4 and a blue level 4, so the green for this one has to be on top. When Digimon, you're able to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, so it's already a flower cannon right there. But when you DNA Digivolve, this Digimon that you suspend does not unsuspend during the next unsuspend phase, which is really helpful for if you want to lock something down to deter an attack. That really does help. It does have a inheritable that this Digimon gets plus 1,000 for each of the colors it has, so it does buff up your Imperialdramon a little bit more to get over the opposing ones, I guess. So this helps in the mirror match. I only run 2 because there's not a lot of space in this deck with what your staples are going to be, and I'm still working on the ratios right now, as we are running one of the Chimeramons. The Chimeramons is more of a tech for me. It is another the evolution card. It does help against the armor rush matchup, which can be a little faster than you. And all you need is 2 level 4s to go on top for to put this on top for free. It is 8,000 DP. When Digivolving, you're able to put a level 5 or lower underneath him as the bottom of the stack. And then you can target up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon, and they get minus 1,000 DP until the end of their turn, which I completely forgot that was even a thing. They get the minus 1,000 DP for each color that the Chimeramon has, and you're thinking that that's only 1 color, but during your turn, he is considered every color on his sources. So oftentimes he'll be 3 or 4 colors. I believe in this deck it's only 3 because we only run green and blue. Next, for the boss monsters, we're only running 2 Imperialdramon Dragon Mode. Again, I do want to find space for more of the next card. This is the one that comes in the structure deck. 12,000 DP, 4 to Digivolve. When you Digivolve, you can play 1 level 4 or lower blue Digimon from the sources, and 1 level 4 or lower green Digimon from the sources, without paying the memory cost. So you pretty much are setting it up for next turn, so that you can DNA Digivolve once again, and you can flood the board. This is such a good card to be able to swing the momentum towards your favor, and pretty much you're telling your opponent, I now have another board, what can you do about it, while still giving them 3 or 4 memory. So this is actually really, really good. With the Davis and Ken, even if your Imperialdramon is tapped, he's able to unsuspend and pretty much swing again for if you have enough of memory, or if you have the Vmon that once you unsuspend, you gain 1 memory, you're able to pretty much play him for 3. So that's really good. The last of the boss monsters is Imperialdramon of Fighter Mode. He does go on top of a level 5 for 5 cost, 13,000 DP, or for 2 costs, you're able to go on top of a dragon mode, which is that guy. But when you Digivolve, you can return one of your opponent's make Digimon with 10,000 DP or less to your opponent's hand. So this is just a spot removal. And once returned when you're attacking, if you have a blue source underneath him, which you're probably just gonna have him like underneath him, you're able to suspend. And if you have a green source, which is still like technically him, you can suspend one of your opponent's like Digimon. So you're able to still get 2 swings with him, as well as get over stuff by setting them down. So that's always really good. I do want to play the Paladin mode, the white card for them. I don't know what to cut. I don't know what to add in. I have to do a couple more like testing and talk to like a couple of people, but this is my version of it so far. Next, we're going out to the tamers and the options. So for the tamers, Davis is finally super broken, as we're playing 3 Davis. Davis can on play, you're able to look at the top 3 and get a blue Digimon and a green Digimon. Weird thing about this deck is that you run blue green Digimon, green blue Digimon, you run green Digimon itself, blue Digimon itself. So oftentimes you're grabbing 2 cards with this thing. So stupid. Plus he is your memory setter. Whenever you are in 2 or less, you are able to set your memory for free. So Davis is just super busted in this meta right now. And along with Davis, he has a new partner in crime. Now we have the Davis and Ken. So at the start of your main phase, so it's after your breeding phase. At the start of your main phase, if you control a blue Digimon, you gain 1 memory. Already right there, your whole deck is pretty much blue. And if you control a green Digimon, you gain 1 memory. So you have the potential of gaining 2 memory every single turn. And during your turn, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a 2 or more colored like Digimon, you may suspend this to like unsuspend that like Digimon. That was so hard to say. Oh my goodness. So you're able to tap this down to untap your 2 colored like Digimon, which is going to be your Imperialdramon, your like Imperialdramons. Really good. Be able to make your like Imperialdramons safe. Those are the only tamers we are playing. Next, for the options, we are playing 2 of the Megadeth. These are the 2 color like options. You do need to have a blue and a green source on the board or in the racing area. For 5 costs, you're able to suspend one of your opponent's like Digimon, then return one of your opponent's suspended like Digimon to the owner's hands. This is a great like tempo play. Really makes you think of like Rattlestar, but this is slightly better because you're able, if you have the 5, you're able to tap something down, get rid of a threat that's already tapped, and then swing over the threat. Whereas in like Rattlestar, you're only able to hit the level 5s or below unless you have 3 or more like Digimon. So this is just absolute boss, where you can, if they only have 1 big threat, you can tap them down and then return to the hand to stop their tempo and make the tempo become yours again. Really good like spot removal, and the security effect is the same thing like as the main. Next, we're going to go down to 3 Hammer Sparks. I do want to fit in a 4th. Again, the space in this, especially with no mulligans, is very like difficult. When we had the mulligans, we can play a little more inconsistent, but still be able to get cards that we wanted. With no mulligans, I'm trying to build the decks more and more like consistent, so that my opening hand is always good. And having the 3 Hammer Spark, I do love seeing it. I do love Hammer Spark. This should never have been a thing. In security, you gain 2 memory. Just for free, you gain 1 memory. So this is just a stupid card to have. And with that, the 4th like Hammer Spark is going to be a like Ice Ball. You have to play it. It's at 1. It stops your opponent from absolutely killing you, especially in the mirror match, where you can just pay the 1. They can swing a lot of times and just win like that. So in the security, you do gain 2 memory once again. But during all of your opponents like Digimon gain, you lose to memory if you attack. That is a blanket effect, so that's just really good. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I'm really excited to be playing like this deck. There will be a lot of changes as the meta develops, especially the ratios for the Vmons. I am very curious on how people are going to be building their own decks. But on that, I hope that you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next like deck profile. More of the pet decks that we're going to be playing throughout the whole BT8 format. So on that, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.